third meeting was on the 28th of September. Now, I had a meeting with class on the 21st for those that came. So you have the 24th of August, 7th, 28th of September, then our previous meeting, 19th of October, and then today's meeting, and then the 16th, all making it 6, right? So if you attended all these 6, then you make 5 points. If you attended 5 out of the 6, you make 4 points. If you attended 3 out of the 6, you make 2 points. I'm just trying to, you know, make that clear. Okay. All right. Then, as I said, I take attendance from the chat because the chat will tell me the participants. So you might be thinking, oh, she doesn't take attendance, so I can afford to, or I can afford not to attend. Or I see everyone that does attend and people that do not. So like it's here. I don't know what I should show this, but like this is it here. Like you have check marks against your name. So don't think that I'm not checking people that attend, because I know that some of you have attended even the extra meeting on the 21st. I know I had an extra class meeting on the 21st for students, and most of you, some of you I can see here, you guys attended. So most of you have done a good job with attending and listening to this professor that, fill in the blank space. I don't know what description you're going to put there. Oh my goodness. Like I don't know what description you're going to put there, but you've been very diligent, in attending. I know some of you have. I know Lindsay has like both the extra one. Christine has even the extras. So people have been there for even the extra one. So I know some of you have attended 5 times now. Like this is, the 6th time you're attending a class meeting. So kudos to you, and definitely is going to reflect in your. It's definitely going to reflect in your extra credit. That's 5 points. You might say, oh, well, 5 points, but you never can tell what 5 points can do. It can move you from a B to an A. It does. Look, 5 points is a lot of points. I know students that come back when they're teetering on maybe a B, like an 88, 880 something points, and that's extra, 2 or 3 points have to move them into a 900. And I'm like, okay. So like 5 points can really make a difference. 4 points can make a difference too. So just throwing that out there. Anyone have any confusion about this? The extra credits will be put in after the last class after the week following that last class on the 16th. So the last class is on the 16th. The week following that, maybe by the end of November, you're going to see the extra credit points there. Now, I also, talking about points and grades, I opened up, that's something I did. I tweaked something a bit so that you can see, you can go in, you can go in. I know you guys all see your individual grades on D2L, right? You go in, you see your assignment grades on D2L, true or false? I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. True, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You can just give me a thumbs up. Yeah. So all of you see your grades, but you were not seeing the cumulative grade initially. You were just seeing those individuals. Or were you seeing the cumulative? Let me just ask, just in case. Were you seeing the grand total? Yana, you were seeing your grand total? No, not now. I mean before. Because I went in and tweaked. Okay, right. Okay, so because I went in and tweaked something, right? I just said I don't want to wait. Why I did that was I didn't want to wait up until after Thanksgiving, like quarter to the end of the semester to let you see those the grand totals, because I want students to go in now and evaluate themselves, like do a self-appraisal on your grades, right? Everybody, if you have completed, I know that I'm saying all these things because I know why I'm doing this, because this is not, as I said, I've had interactions with students, and then kind of students wait up until the last minute, and then you're trying to figure out how best to help. Assignments that should total 605 points. All the assignments in this class, you should be having a total of 600. points. Now, I'm saying this because if you're seeing anything less than 605 points as your total, not you got, I mean the denominator, let's talk about fractions right now. You have the numerator and the denominator. The denominator is the total points. So the total number of assignment points, 100 points for quiz and for midterm, the DBs, 50 points. Those are the total points, right? You should have a cumulative right now, as we speak, this 11th week, of 605 points. Now, your numerator, the one above, would vary depending on what your grade score is for those assignments. Now, if you are looking at the denominator and it's less than 605 points, you have not completed some assignments. You have not. Is that simple? You have not. So do not. Why I'm cautioning right now is because you might go in and see that maybe your denominator says, maybe let me throw a wild guess, 500 points, right? And then your numerator is saying 450. So you're like, wow, I'm sitting on an A right now. No, you're sitting on 450 over 605 points. You are missing assignments. Do you want me to repeat myself? Or is this clear? It's giving you a false positive. We're gonna I don't know why I'm just laughing right now. Let's break in the concept. Let's go in. Yeah, we're talking about screening diseases this week. So 450, maybe you're like, okay, your grade points right now of your graded assignments that you've submitted is 450 points. And then your denominator is telling you 500 points. 500 points means you've missed assignments, you've missed grades, total grades of 105. So that 450 over 500, if you do the math, it's an A. So you might be consoling yourself, oh, I am sitting on an A, while really, if you do 5, it's a B or even a C. So I'm bringing this all up right now so that you go back and appraise yourself and your grade book. You go in and see, oh, what assignments am I missing? What assignments haven't I completed? Or if you go in and you appraise yourself and you're like, oh, okay, I don't mind, I don't care if I don't do these assignments, then that's okay. We are all adults. You're an adult. You can decide for yourself that's what you want, right? But I just want to throw that out there so that you don't see a grade, final grade, and then you are caught unawares and like you're wondering, why do I see a C and I was thinking I was sitting on a B? Or why do I see a B and I think I was sitting on an A, right? So if you do not have, your grade book is giving you a false positive score. Let me use that word because we're going to go into screening. What is it? Your grade book is giving you a false positive. Anyone, do you have any questions about that?
Nope.
Okay. So that is why I had to tweak it a bit, like go in and look and see your total, because if you review A is 900 to 1010, B is 800 to 899. So that is what I'm going to be looking at. I'm not going to be looking at percentage. I'm not doing percentage. I'm doing total scores. So total scores overall, not percentage. So when you're doing that division, like 450 over maybe 500, because you've missed some assignments, you're thinking you're sitting on an A, you're actually not sitting on an A. You might be sitting on a B or a C, right? Okay. Then talking about screening for, right, we're going to delve straight into that. Everybody's clear concerning the grades and all that. Everyone is clear on that. Okay, good. Okay, so let's move into this week's conversation, like this week's topic, screening for diseases. And it's pretty interesting because it's something that I think everyone in this class has undergone at one point in their life. Like I feel that everyone has. If you have never, like COVID, thrust you into that space for screening, screening for diseases. Now, when epidemiologists talk about screening for disease, what exactly are they talking about? When they say, oh, we want to screen for disease or want to screen for diseases, what are they actually talking about?
Secondary prevention.
Okay, so Alicia brings up a point. Now, when you're screening, she brings up, why I say she brings up a very interesting point is because second week of class, first the discussion board, remember we did preventions, level of preventions. If you guys remember, there was primary prevention, there was secondary prevention, and there was tertiary prevention. If you guys remember, that discussion board about preventions, levels of preventions. So when we talk about screening for disease, is it primary, is it secondary, or is it, let's think.
It's secondary.
Okay, who thinks it's otherwise?
I want to say that it's both primary and depending on the person.
Okay.
I would elaborate with what Ivana said, and I think it depends on the type of screening.
Okay. So that is actually what I wanted to hear, like strictly secondary, because what is primary prevention in public health or with regards to preventions? Let's go back. What is primary prevention? What does primary prevention entail?
Anything that keeps people from developing any type of illness or disease, like changing your diet, changing your exercise, like not smoking cessation, like those would all be things that would prevent you from getting to the secondary in which you're starting to develop an issue. And then we're like trying to do some mediation, and then tertiary, we're like full on, you've got like all the medical conditions in here now, like it's a lot more pharmacologic interventions and medical interventions.
Yeah. So in primary, you're actually trying to initiate a step not to have the disease. You're trying to initiate a step not to have the condition. So it's kind of like an initiating, you're initiating that step. And also that is why screening can actually play two roles. It can play primary and it can also secondary, right? So when we talk about screening a disease for diseases, yes, it can be primary prevention, and it can actually can dovetail into secondary prevention, right? Now, with regards to this week's topic, right, it looked into screening for disease, and specifically looked into some reliability, validity, specificity, sensitivity, right? Okay, so let's go there, right? If you want to screen for a disease, general concept of screening for a disease, really look out, you want to dictate, or you want to identify whether or not an individual has a condition or a disease. That's why you screen. You want to actually identify, or you want to dictate whether an individual has or does not have a condition or a disease. That is what screening is about. That's like the layman basic description of screening, right? So with that in mind, we're talking about screening for diseases. Let's use COVID as an example, right? COVID. If I want to screen for COVID-19, what would it entail? If I want to, there's COVID-19, public health concerns about COVID-19, what will it entail if I want to screen for COVID-19?
A rapid test, or one of those, I'm forgetting the name. It was everywhere, and now it's like slips my mind, the like acronym for one of them. Yes, yeah. PCR.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we bring up two important tests for COVID-19. We have the rapid test and we have the PCR. The PCR is an acronym for polymerase chain reaction. You don't need to know that. We're not in a microbiology or biology class, but it's an acronym for polymerase chain reaction. Right. Now, so if we're talking about screening for COVID-19, you walk into Walgreens, you walk into a CVS, you